Hi, Dick Jones.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Are we the only two on so far?
Apparently, yes.
Uh,
I never know if I'm going to have problems, so I always try and get on early.
yeah, that's kind of the way I am. It's sometimes the computer just doesn't like us.
Right. Does not cooperate. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
What districts do you have besides mine?
I've got 5390, which is Montana,
Right.
and I've got 5400, which is Idaho,
Okay.
and 5420, which is Utah.
Okay. All right. What zone are we going to be in? Is it 26?
I don't know that I haven't seen a number.
But like Utah and us and Denver and you are going to be in that same zone, right?
I don't know about Utah.
Utah's great.
It all depends on your perception, Mr. Atkinson.
Hey guys,
How are you?
sir?
Hope you're fantastic.
I live in America, so
How could you not be? Right?
that's right. How could you not be?
Dick and I were talking about what zone we're going to be in. Is it Utah 5450, 5470, and 5520 that are all going to the same zone?
Yeah, it's let me see, 5400, 5420, and then the Colorado / Wyoming district, and I don't know what one
That's
is.
5450.
Okay, 5450.
I'm sorry, 5440. I apologize.
5440. Yeah, they're all going. We're all going with Washington, Northern California, Oregon, Washington, and a little bit of Vancouver.
Well, I thought we were going to Southern California.
Well, I think it's. I understood Colorado and New Mexico were going to Southern Colorado with Arizona.
Oh, Southern California.
Southern California, yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, and I think that's correct. I think
Okay.
I think that the Denver district and below, which puts you, Bob, there,
Right.
and then New Mexico and Arizona's already there.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
Arizona's already in Southern California, so and then the rest are being Texas stays pretty well where they are,
right,
with 21A, and then that northern, that eastern section of our zone is going to be pulled up, and they actually jump a zone. The zones aren't even contiguous.
Mm.
Oh, that's interesting. You're talking about Diane's district, right?
Yeah. They pulled them up and put them up in Minnesota because I guess the current president, President Germ, not the current president, but the past president, wanted to keep his zone together and did. So they jump it. But
interesting.
Yeah. Hey, well, we'll wait for 3 minutes. I don't want to start early because Julie said she was going to join us. So
okay,
we're not meeting with 21B this month because Sherry had some conflicts and with some of her group, and she wanted to move it a week. And I just told her, I said, I don't like to do that. I like to hold it when we scheduled it.
I agree. I appreciate that.
My schedule is like your schedule. It's busy, and so I just don't like to move it around. And so we agreed that this month we would be allowing, would be going a different route. So
Well, I expect Diane will be on. I haven't.
no,
heard-
Diane won't be on.
Oh, she won't. Okay.
Diane is out of town.
Oh, that's right. She's in Texas, isn't
Right,
she?
she's traveling,
Yeah, right.
and indicated that she wouldn't be on, and
Right. I remember now.
made that known. But we're waiting for Julie.
Okay, that's fine.
Julie was supposed to jump on.
Julie is worth waiting for.
She is, isn't she? We're lucky to have her. She does a
Yes,
lot of good
yes,
work for us.
I agree. I totally agree.
So how's everything else going, guys?
It's going good. Hey, I was excited when I looked at the membership charts for January. You know, I know we're still negative, but we were 8 less negative than we were the previous month.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take some time, but I think we're making some headway. We'll just keep working at it.
Well, I was surprised, especially since it's the clean out month. That's what really surprised me. But maybe we finally convinced our secretaries to do it on a monthly basis.
Well, if they would do that, we'd have a better feel for it, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
would.
That's a challenge. Okay, I've got about 1 more minute, and then we're going to get underway because we don't penalize us that are on time for those who aren't, right?
Absolutely.
I haven't received any. Let me just check my email here real quick to see if I've gotten anything from her saying, I can't get in. Oh,
Here
there
she
she
is.
is.
Here she is. There she
Right
is.
on the
Hi,
money.
Julie. We were so excited when you jumped on. I mean,
I just want you to know that's what happens when you've got a bunch of old geezers like us. You know? Anybody that's under 40, man, woman, animal, anything under 40, we're just happy to see.
I was gonna say, as soon as I saw the waving arms, I'm like, oh, this is exciting.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get right down to business. So the first thing I want to do is talk about. Let me see here. The status of our monthly meeting chart. So now all of you should have access to the monthly meeting chart now, right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Diane hasn't brought it up to date, and neither of you, Dick. So I need you to get on and bring this up to date for January.
Okay.
And right after this call is when I'm going to start sending it to governors. Okay, so on a monthly basis, I will send to governors right after this call, so that they're planning on it. So we've got January, February, March, April, May, and June. The other thing is, in this midpoint section right here, wait, you guys can't see it. Sorry. I apologize. I'm looking here, and then I just remembered that I didn't share my screen. Okay, now you ought to be able to see it. Can you see it?
I see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, in this midpoint section here, if you would go in there and put the date that these districts are going to hold, especially the ones that attended, when they're going to hold their midpoint seminar that they agreed to hold as a condition of attending midpoint.
Do you want it in there instead of what's already in that cell? Is that it?
No, put it in addition to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I get it.
Yeah, you can just go in there and edit it. I'll just show you like here. You can just
Yeah.
go like 2/15,
Okay.
just like that.
Okay.
I've got to take that out or it'll save it. And okay.
Yep.
but we're all. It looks like you've been keeping it up, and that's great. And I've already sent it out once. The governors appreciate it. They like knowing what's going on, and as I'm sure you can appreciate. Okay, so see the status of the monthly membership chart again. Bring it up to date by this meeting, so I can send it out right after this meeting. Then the progress on districts and setting up the midpoint. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about your districts. Dick, why don't you go first and just you should be able to see that on your screen and tell me what's happening in 5390. Tell me what's happening in your assigned districts.
Okay, in 5390, they are looking for a new membership chair. Sandy is the district governor nominee, and until, I guess it was in December, neither she nor I, through repeated emails, could get the current district governor to start moving forward. But
that's Joe.
That's Joe. But apparently he has placed a couple of offers and has been turned down. The last I heard, he was working on a third, but haven't heard anything from them yet. I've got an email out to them, and I will follow up on that in the next day or two. Marie is working on both her midpoint meeting and her pets meeting. I don't have the dates on those, but she is working on that. I know that there was a question that she had about coordinating with Jennifer and you. I guess you've been invited, Kelly, up to one of those meetings.
Yes, they're pets, and let me find that for you right now, so you have it. You can write it down while we're right here. Their pets will be held on. Let's see, their pets. Idaho Pets is the 9th and 10th of March.
Okay. So that's the status there. I haven't heard from Brett since Denver, but again, I've got a email out to him, and I should know something on that very soon. Bob, when are you having your midpoint meeting?
Well, it's probably going to have to be the 17th, because we were originally planning on having it the 10th, but that's when we're celebrating our 50th anniversary. So I better not be doing that.
I think you're a smart man.
So that's not cast in concrete, but I'm 99% that's what's going to happen.
So what's the date again, Bob?
The 17th, March 17th.
Okay.
And that is now updated.
Okay, great. Oh, I see it right there. Yeah, great.
And then we're making another effort to have a group meeting, and we're going to do that on the 20th of this month. We tried that back in August and September without much results, but we're going to give it another shot.
Okay, so the 20th of January.
February.
February, excuse me. January is over. You can tell it's a legislative session.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to remember to even be on this call. I had to set 3 alarms to remind me. Okay, well, great. Thanks so much, Dick, for all you're doing, and how you're following up with these folks. Okay,
Sure.
Bob.
Okay, 5440. I'm thinking that theirs is the 17th also. I don't know that I've got a confirmed date, so please don't put it in there. But I know that they are planning one. 5450 is the same way. Both 5440 and 5450 are going to have in-person training.
So 5440 is Nancy, and I'm going there to do that. Let me find out when that
Is it on this? It must be the 17th then.
Yeah, I will be there. Let me
Okay.
just double check. Hang on just a minute. I'll go back here. Let me look at this Google Calendar. So that's going to be, yep, it's the 17th. It's right
Okay.
there.
All right.
So you can put that in. It's
Okay.
we don't know where it is. It's going to be in Fort Collins, but it's going to be on the 17th. So you can
Okay.
you can
All right.
go in and put that in. And
I will do that. And then 5450, again, I'm not certain of the date. I'm thinking it might be the 10th, but I'm not positive. And I will find out and I will put it in.
okay, great.
Obviously 5520, we're sort of in flux with 5520 simply because, as you know, we do have a new membership chair there. I have had a conversation with him, but my personal feeling was he's, and Dick, you were talking about having some sort of a district training, but not really sure. I guess it was pets that you were talking about.
Well, we've got pets. We've also got a district assembly scheduled on March 24th, but I have not seen an agenda for that. And I actually looked at that today, and there has not been an agenda published for that meeting.
And the reality is my guess, and I haven't gotten a confirmation, but my guess is that Barry's going to be a little bit green to be directly involved in this.
So have you had a conversation, an extended conversation with Barry?
I have, yes.
And have you brought about the speed on what we're doing as far as the guides?
I have. In fact, I sent him a blank copy of I sent him both. I sent him just the SAMG guide, if you will, just the goals and the tasks and everything, but I also sent him the complete district version of the Jumpstart manual, for lack of a better term. And I said to him, Barry, this has got to be your first order of business. There hasn't been a plan in place for this district, and this district desperately needs a plan. So that's the first order of business. We haven't had a discussion since that time. We've talked about a lot of different things when we had that discussion, but I haven't spoken with him since. And I'm trying to remember when it was exactly that I spoke with him. I guess it was just the day of or the day after I found out that he had been appointed.
Okay, so this is kind of, again, what we're talking about is confidential, and I'd appreciate it if it wasn't repeated outside our circles, but this is what we need to do there. Will you circle back, Bob, and ask Barry if he's had time to start working on that, and if not, when he anticipates it?
Absolutely.
He'll be able to do that. Ask him if he needs some help in doing that.
Well, and I've offered to help him, via phone, or I even offered to come down. But bottom line is, I've offered to, work with him on a district plan, and I realize that, he's sort of between a rock and a hard spot, because he's dealing with a governor that is, getting to a point where, how's the polite way to say it? Things are becoming less important. And I don't know what the situation is with Linda, the DGE, but
Okay, so let me bring you both up to speed. So Doreen has really stuck her neck out in making this change.
I know that. Yes.
There's an extensive amount of pushback.
Oh yes, yes. I've seen the emails.
Cheryl. So Linda called me up and basically said, Kelly, I need to hear directly what you think. And I told her, I said, I think Cheryl's a wonderful person. I think she's got a lot of talents, but right now she's extremely busy with her pursuit of her career and her family, and she just doesn't have the time for this. It's not a good fit. It's not a good fit for her at the present time. And she says, well, do you think I ought to move her? And I said, we'll work with whoever you send us anytime. That's how we operate on the zone level. And if you choose to have Cheryl continue, she'll be welcome to any function that we're holding. But if you're asking me directly what I think you ought to change her. And so Linda said, I'm going to support that. I'm going with that. The thing that we can do, I think, and I believe, and I want to hear your thinking on this, Dick, but Doreen really went out on a limb to make this happen and over some opposition, because there's a closeness there between Linda and Cheryl, a real closeness. And Cheryl basically said, I'll just wait until Linda gets in and then do what I want to do, essentially. And
well, as of today, and I'm sharing all of this in confidence with you guys, because I'm not sure that it's gonna happen this way. But as of today, Linda said that Cheryl is going to be the PR chair in charge of social media. The PR chair has decided he would rather return to his responsibilities as...
Hang on just a minute here.
Okay.
Before you go on. Who just joined us?
This is Diane Edwards calling you from
hello,
snowy
Diane.
Yeah.
snowy Omaha, Nebraska. I just got my car cleaned off and I'm heading home.
Welcome, Diane.
Well, thank you.
Well, please drive carefully.
Yeah, drive carefully. We're talking about some sensitive material, Diane, so I'm sorry to be so abrupt, but I just want to make sure that who was on the phone was part of our team. So go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, okay. As of this afternoon, Cheryl is going to be working with PR, so that is not going to be an issue anymore.
That's great. So one of the things I just think we can help and it would validate the decision made by Governor Doreen was a correct one, is if we can help Barry as soon as possible to get a plan in place that can be taken back to both Doreen and Linda, and is it Peter?
Jeff.
Jeff, to see to get signed off on. So if you'll do what you can do there, Bob, to make that happen, and if I need to be involved, or I'm sure if Dick needs to be involved, we're all happy to jump in and get that.
Okay. I'll give Barry a call tomorrow.
Yeah, I just think I talked to Governor Doreen about this and said we'll work as hard as we can to get a at least a draft of a plan that you guys will have to approve and sign off on. We can make that happen as quickly as possible. I think it will validate the decision that she's made and take any pressure, if there's any on her, off immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead.
Diane, again, you've talked about the midterm meeting with your district, but I don't know that I've heard a date. Can you confirm a date for me?
Yes, for our District 5630, it will be on March the 10th.
Okay. Are you going to put that in there, Kelly, or do you want me to?
I want you to.
Okay, I will.
That's what you get the big bucks for.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely. He's my ARC, and that's his job.
That's right. And don't you be taking my job.
Yeah.
Okay. Right after our call, I will bring it up to date.
That's great. Okay, so Diane, what we're talking about is a report on your districts, and if they've indicated to you whether or not when their midpoint meetings are going to be, and then I've asked you to go in and at the midpoint column to add next to the X or the A. X didn't attend. A did attend right there when that date is, so that we have.
Senior? Okay, I can do that. I know that I don't know what I'm going to get out of 5670 or 90, but I will do that.
Okay, 5670, neither of them attended, and 5690 didn't attend. Have you heard from Jason when he's planning on holding his?
I have not. I have a call scheduled with them next week, or Thursday of this week, I guess it is. So, but I will get more information then.
Okay, so one of the things, I'm just going to circle back real quick. One of the things I've asked the members on the call tonight to do is make sure that they have this attendance list up to date by this call, because I'm going to use this call as the midpoint in distributing the document to the governors.
Okay.
Okay. That brings that up. Okay, so upcoming pets. I'm going to be attending a number of upcoming pets. Let me see when they are. So I'm going to be at High Country on the 23rd and the 24th. I'll be at Utah Pets. Okay. I'll be there, Dick, because I'm a president, an incoming president. So I won't be there. I will not be there in my capacity as RC. So just want you to know
It's going to be off. That's going to be hard for you to be quiet.
Well, it will be, but I've
be trainable.
So I have a question. Diane,
the abuse I'm taking.
Diane, you are a master of understatement.
Well, I don't like to hurt Kelly's feelings, but I still have to jab him.
Well, the reason it's so funny is it's so true. You know,
I just imagine, I can't imagine what it would be like if I were to become a president of my club, which I did almost happen to me this year. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I won't be able to do this.
I'm just going to have to sit on my hands.
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
Yeah. So,
you know, I think we should all go to Utah Pets just to witness this.
yeah.
Yeah, this will be neat.
So then on March 2nd and 3rd, High Country Pets, and I'll be there. Any of the rest of you going to High Country?
Diane and
Oh,
I
yeah.
will both be there.
Well, I know Diane's over it, aren't you, Diane?
No, I'm not.
You're on the committee, though, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm on the planning committee.
Yeah, you're on the planning committee. Yeah, I knew you were on the planning committee. Okay, and then on the 9th and 10th, I'll be at Idaho Pets. Anybody else going to Idaho? Okay, then on the 16th and the 17th, I'll be in 5440. That's their Jumpstart seminar, Nancy's Jumpstart seminar.
Right,
okay?
right.
And then April gets crazy. So here's April.
Yeah.
5440, I'll be at the Peace Summit that they're holding in Cheyenne. 5890, I'll be at their pets on the 13th and 14th. On the 20th and 21st, 5470, I'll be at their district conference. 5390 on the 27th and the 28th, I'll be at their district conference. And then the May, I'll be at 5840's district conference. So May and April and May are going to be busy times for me. And then I'll be at 5730's district conference in June.
So Kelly, this is Diane. One of the things I told Carmen Hansen I would check with you about is her midpoint district-wide meeting. Is it possible for her to have a special exception to do this after her pets in April?
And so how late does she want to do it after pets?
By the end of April. Their pets is the 13th and 14th. She may be able to accomplish it there, but she knows she can't do it in advance of their pets.
Well, all I can tell you is that I guess we have to do it.
I mean, I could tell her that she's got to do a teleconference one. That's what she'll have to do.
I don't, Carmen. I know that if there's any way that it could be done, and so do you, Carmen would do it, right?
Oh, she's really working hard. She's a pioneer up there as far as getting this thing going because they didn't have anything before.
Yeah.
And so she's doing a lot of good. She's willing to do a Zoom teleconference, and I told her I'd help her with it, but I don't know if she'll get a very good response is what I'm concerned about if she doesn't have that lead in from pets.
Yeah. Well, it's really late, but in that district, I don't know. I don't know. I know she's really working hard, so I think we let her do, unless you guys think something different, I think we let her do what she wants to do. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't we're not the Rotary Police. Julie has to remind me, even though I have a badge, that I'm not the Rotary Police.
And neither am I.
Well, I don't want to do anything it's not like we're setting a difficult precedent here. They do have a later pets. Of course, it sounds to me like there's several others that have pets in April. But she's the only one that falls into that parameter that attended our summit. And so I thought I would check it out.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So the 6th and the 7th is our coordinator training in Denver. That's with the RCs and so that's I want to explore that more because I want to see if we can't all get together on the 6th and the 7th and come in. And I want to talk.
Is that July? Is that what you're looking
July, yeah, July. The 6th and 7th of July. If we can arrange that, could you guys come in if I can work out the finances?
Yeah.
Is this in conjunction with our Leadership Institute?
No. The Leadership
okay.
Institute is the 20th and 21st. Would you rather come on the 20th and 21st for the Leadership Institute?
We're going to be there anyway. Can we add a day if we have to? I'd rather do that than have 2 trips.
Okay. That's a good idea, Diane. Good thinking.
Come in on the 19th.
Maybe come in on the 19th, and we'll have our day of training on the 19th. And if I also this year I want to on this training I want to do something totally different on the 20 and 21st than what we've done, and that's that we can't. There's nothing new that we can teach them. So the ones that are coming back, I want to find out, okay, what did you plan? You know, what success did you have with your plan? What do you need to tweak with your plan? You know, how are we going to get this down to the club level? And spend that whole time talking about empowering clubs to get more engaged and details on it. I just don't think calling them in and saying, hey, you need a Samina plan. We've done that now. They should have it. We need a Samina plan at the district level and a Samina plan at the club level. We ought to be saying what's working, what's not. Now, the one thing that I haven't thought out is what I'm going to do with new incoming chairs. We've got to do something different something different than the main training that I'm talking about. We've got to bring them up to the date on the SAM and the plan and having them incorporate that. So that's what we're talking about right now. Yes.
Question about just part of the feedback that we got from the DMC summit last month about like wishing that they had a little bit more time to share like what's working in their district best practices. I wonder if that could be something to maybe inspire some of the new membership chairs that are coming in, hearing from like the other districts. I don't know if that's something you'd already thought that's going to be included, but making like an opportunity for some time about that might be helpful.
That whole day, I want to hear from district membership chairs. All we need to do is facilitate, except for the new incoming chairs where we may have to pull them out for the basics because they won't know what we're talking about, right?
Kelly, one of the things that we might think about though is if, as ARCs, we're going to be in a position to identify incoming membership chairs. And as ARCs, if we take the responsibility to make sure that they have a plan and we work with them, I don't think there's anything wrong with maybe having a breakout of new DMCs, but the point is, I think they should have a plan by the time that, they get there. And it's up to us to make sure that they do, or to work with them so that they do.
What do the rest of you think about Bob's suggestion?
Well, I think it's good. I think one of the factors that we need to do, and maybe this should be our assignment for our March meeting, is to find out what districts are going to have new district membership chairs. We may have some existing ones, but we may have a lot that aren't going to be reappointed, or, I think that just needs to be asked on a district by district level to get to that point.
Well, and the other side of that is, to take our district as an example, I'm in the process right now of looking for someone that I can mentor, because next year will be my last year as district membership chair. And I want to work with that person the entire year. And it occurs to me that if I'm going to be there as an ARC, maybe I should have this person there as the DMC. I don't know. I mean, it's just something that occurs to me, sort of like what we did with 5450.
Mm-hmm.
Diane, what do you think about maybe taking the responsibility of identifying the new incoming DMCs, and then you as ARC take the initiative to make sure that when they walk into that room on the 20th and the 21st, they're prepared to listen to the successes and the challenges faced by the existing district membership chairs.
I think that's an excellent approach, and I think that's the only practical one, because realistically, we're probably talking about, in my case, in my districts, I don't expect to have any replacements. And so we're talking about a handful of people at the most. And if I did have a new one coming in, or if one resigns and I'm working with someone else, I think that I agree totally with Bob and Dick. This is my role in getting them prepared. And while they're at the meeting, you know, sitting with them and helping them through any questions they might have that come from the training, I don't think we need to break them out necessarily in a separate group.
Okay.
Here's an idea. What if we had them come in early and work with them on Friday afternoon?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do
That's
that.
right. That would be good.
Especially since we're going to be there Thursday.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's a good idea.
That's great. And,
Yeah,
and
I
we
mean,
have, and if we identify them as Dick suggested in March, we would have plenty of time to say, let's do this, let's get this done early.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we don't, doing it that way, we're not really incurring any additional expense, nor are they.
Yeah, that I like that. That's a great idea, Dick. Julie, I'm 100%. Your comments 100% spot on. I believe we can get more buy-in from our district membership chairs if we let them share with one another what's going on and share their plans. And I think all of us, what we can do is just assist that dialogue. I mean, you saw the dynamics at Midpoint. I mean, they were on fire.
It was incredible. I was so happy to come back to brag to my team about how well your training went, and the fact that, I mean, we worked through lunch and it was engagement without any low energy points the whole way through. And I feel like that's really rare. And people were really, like my teammates whose regions who haven't had them yet or didn't get to attend to them were really excited to hear that. So yeah, people were so excited. They wanted to know what sessions were covered. And yeah, they loved that there were the pairing too of where you had districts that had either co-chairs at the moment or the current and incoming coming in. And man, it was just such a good day of idea sharing. I'm excited to see how it goes in Denver.
I am too, because I just think that now that we built on such a firm foundation, that they get it. And I think that's that the people that were in that room, they had it down. I mean, and I think by allowing them to share with each other, it makes them more committed to following up on their plan. So I'm really excited. Diane and Dick, you did an excellent job. The only weakness in the presentation was Bob's presentation. I thought it was pretty lame.
It was almost like he wasn't there.
Yeah, it was almost like he wasn't there. I took the words right out of my mouth, Diane.
You know, I got to tell you, I would have much rather been with you guys because I picked something up with the group that I was with, and it was not pleasant. So.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, Bob.
Hey, seriously though, I was laughing so hard I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind.
When it comes, just interrupt us. So, okay, Julie, you have some things you want to share with us.
I do?
Yeah, didn't you say that you wanted to talk about, what was it that you told me you wanted to talk about?
Is it pets?
In your emails, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, and Diane's on the line too now, so that's great. She and I are both going to Heartland Pets in Kansas, and we've which is pretty exciting because I was talking to Diane about when Dick and I were there 2 years ago, and it was not a great opportunity. We didn't get any FaceTime with the PEs, and no one was really interested in sitting down and talking about the membership decline issues that they're having. But this year they're giving us 4 sessions of 75 minutes each, where
Wow.
we're talking about, like that. This is a huge difference from 2
Yeah.
years ago. And each group of people that's coming in is they're divided by club size so that they can relate to each other's struggles a little bit better. And we've been assigned member engagement, so we're utilizing the Pets game show template that I had created.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so we're expanding it too, so that'll be the kind of meat of our session, where we're really going to make that a group discussion depending on the scenario. And then when we're done with that, we're going to have them break up into small groups and do the Rotary Club health check, and create some takeaway short plans of how they plan to implement different membership initiatives, whether that be, okay, I need to get on creating a membership committee or a new member orientation program, whatever it might be, is their biggest takeaway. But 75 minutes, which each set of group is really exciting. So she and I were pumped and had a great meeting about that this morning.
That's great.
Yeah.
You'll both do a great job. Diane, you had something you want to add?
No, Julie covered it. I'm really excited, and I'm hopeful that this pets exposure will lay a good foundational groundwork for make some further headway in those 2 districts where I've had a really difficult time getting them to jumpstart. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that I was there last year to the Heartlands Pets, and they had made some major changes. I guess they struggled to. I guess there was some contention of where they were going to hold it or how they were holding it in the past, and so I know that Bob Mendonça. Not Mendonça. That's my exchange student. What's Bob's?
Robert Mendoza is
Mendoza.
down there. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
He had kind of pulled it together, and they had some good training while we were there. But it's put that kind of emphasis on membership with the 2 of you. That's going to be dynamite. I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah. Well, Andrea Krause reached out to me, and I think she may have reached out to you, Julie. I don't know, but we're just excited about the opportunity, and we think it's going to be really great.
That's excellent. Any of the rest of you have anything you want to share before we end this call?
Something that occurred to me, many of us are, well, not many different pets, but like, okay, Diane's going to be in a different district for pets. I'm going to be speaking to Diane's district for pets. Kelly's going to be going to a lot of district for pets. I can't help but think that maybe it would be good to have a recap of if there were some things that came out of what we accomplished or what we heard at those pets. I don't know, for our next meeting.
Great agenda item. Yeah, thank you. Great agenda item. I'll put it down. We can report on our visits, not just pets, but any of our visits that we had. Okay.
And I'll leave it to Diane to speak for us for Heartland, because I will be on a plane to New Zealand that night. So I'll catch up with you guys in April on that call.
Excuses, Julie.
It's a tough job, Julie, but you might as well be the one to do it.
I know, right?
If you really cared for us, you would use internet on the airplane to Skype into this conversation,
I do work a full day on the flight there because I'm so bored on the plane. I'm like, I might as well work because what else? I'm just more afraid of, I actually considered that for a second, but then I'm like, but if the person next to me wants to sleep, then I'm that person on the phone call.
Right. Let me tell you, as often as you frequent our calls, I think we can give you this buy.
Cool. Thank
Yeah.
you.
We really appreciate all you do and the commitment, Julie. You make you're great. Okay, folks, will you get
Kelly,
some idea?
hang on just 1 second.
Okay.
If you have about 3 minutes after the call, I would like to visit with you.
Great.
Okay.
I've kept notes here. I'll send some notes out. That probably won't happen until tomorrow sometime because I've got to do legislative work after this, but I'll send some reminders of the notes. I'll probably put in a column on that spreadsheet to indicate whether or not we're going to have new membership, existing membership chairs or new membership chairs. That's probably the easiest way for all of us to keep track of it and see where we're going to shake out from there. So,
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
is that helping? That Google Doc, is that helping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's just really convenient for all of us to have access to it and see it. So, and I know the governors love it. So, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care,
Okay.
everybody.
All right. Thanks.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hang on, Bob, because I'm going to stop recording.
Okay.
Right here. Stop recording.